My boyfriend demanded a DNA test for our baby. Then I found his Reddit plan and packed up. My boyfriend and I have been together 3 years, and our son is 3 months old. One night around 8:30, I was folding laundry when he said, "I want a paternity test." Our baby looks like him. Same round eyes, same nose, even the same comma-shaped birthmark on his left shoulder. I asked why. He said it wasn't personal, but every man should get one just to be sure. I reminded him he watched me labor for 19 hours and cut the cord himself. He just said, "That's not the point," and tried to go to sleep. I lay there wide awake, realizing what he was really saying. He believed I could betray him, lie for months, and let him bond with a baby that wasn't his. The next morning, Saturday, he took the baby to his mom's house for a few hours. The second the door shut, I grabbed my phone and started making plans. I called a custody lawyer. Her consultation fee was $400, and the first opening was Monday, so I booked it. Then I checked apartments. One bedrooms near us were around $1,800 a month. I had $3,200 saved from maternity leave checks, enough to get out if I moved fast. While I was scrolling, I noticed his laptop open on the kitchen table. The screen was still on Reddit. The first thing I saw made my stomach drop. Got the paternity test back. Girlfriend freaked out and left. Glad I asked. I started reading the comments and felt sick. Guys were cheering him on, saying if a woman gets mad, she must be hiding something. Someone wrote, if she's innocent, she won't care. Then I saw a second tab. It was a thread called, "How do I ask for a paternity test without starting a huge fight?" And it was full of advice. I clicked it and saw his username, his old gamer tag with his birth year at the top. He'd posted 3 weeks earlier, like this was a plan he'd been sitting on. He wrote that he didn't actually think I cheated, but he'd read a story about a man who found out years later his kids weren't his. And now he thought every man should do a test because it's smart. He even said I'd been emotional lately. 3 entire weeks. He'd been planning this while I was up at 2 a.m. feeding our son while he picked paint for the nursery and told me he loved me. I scrolled and found his replies. When someone said, "Don't let her guilt trip you," he wrote back, "Yeah, if she has nothing to hide, why would she be upset?" My hands were shaking as I took screenshots of everything. Then I closed the laptop and put it back how he left it. When he came home later, I acted normal. Sunday, I told him I'd do the test. I said, "I have nothing to hide, so fine." He looked relieved and hugged me like I'd done him a favor. Monday morning, I sat in that lawyer's office and slid my screenshots across her desk. She read them, nodded, and said we could move forward if I wanted to separate and protect custody. Her retainer was $2,500. I paid it right there. Tuesday, we went to a clinic in a strip mall. A technician swabbed our son's mouth while he cried, then swabbed my boyfriend. She said the results would be emailed Friday afternoon. Wednesday, I signed a lease on a 1-bedroom 15 minutes away. Move in Saturday. I booked movers for $300. Thursday, I packed while he was at work, taping boxes and stacking them by the door. Friday, at 4:47 p.m., the email came. I opened it first, hands shaking. It said 99.9% probability of paternity. He was the father, just like I'd said all along. I forwarded it to him at work. He called 2 minutes later, excited. "See," he said, "everything's fine. This doesn't change anything." I said, "You're right." Then I added, "It doesn't change anything. The movers are coming tomorrow at 9. He went silent, then started asking what I meant. I told him about the posts, the 3 weeks of planning, the way he let strangers teach him how to accuse me without consequences. He started apologizing, saying he was just being logical, saying he never meant to hurt me. I said, "You got your proof. I'm done trying to earn your trust," and I hung up. Saturday morning at 9:03, the movers knocked. He was standing there looking panicked, trying to talk over them. I kept my voice calm, pointed the movers toward the boxes, and finished taping the last one. He followed me down the hall, whispering, "Please, don't do this," right in front of them. I stopped, pulled out an envelope from my bag, and handed it to him. It was the custody paperwork my lawyer drafted, the first steps filed and ready. He opened it, staring, and just froze as the movers carried my boxes past him and out the door.